didn't hear that part. Just heard the creepy mom that says, I love
Because
you
you were talking
forever.
while I was saying it.
Well, how am I supposed to know that you're done? You
When
talk a lot.
Talking. Okay. Wow, shots fired, Danielle. Also,
I know,
pot.
pot kettle, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
exactly.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Book Retorts. I'm Sam.
I'm Danielle.
And this is the podcast about sharing your weird media finds with your friends who don't know what you're talking about.
That's me.
Yeah, it's you, Danielle. Guess what,
Yay!
Danielle?
What?
You don't know what I'm talking about for once.
I know. It's so good. Back in business, baby.
Oh my gosh. My first post-Hyperion episode, Dan, I thought I'd bring us back to a warm, comforting place with The Librarian, The Curse of the Judas Chalice from 2008.
Yay! We love The Librarian.
Yeah, more Librarian for your buck, Danielle. That's what we're doing
Does this
today.
have Noah Wyle in it too?
Of course, Danielle. I wouldn't do it otherwise.
Yes.
He was in the TV
Live
show
for
too,
it.
I think.
Yeah, I live for him.
I mean, I know you do, Danielle, but I don't know why. I've found him to be very charmless in these movies.
Ow!
I'm just-
Unnecessary.
Look, I'm sorry, Danielle, but like maybe he was better in ER, but these movies, like as the show has gone on, he's gotten less and less charming and more
Or
and
maybe
more
he's
abrasive.
over it.
Then why did he do the TV show?
He's great in the medical drama that came out with him recently. It's a really good show, though. It's a really good show.
Sure, I'm not interested for
I know
Noah
you're
Wiley
not.
or other reasons. But here, enjoy this lovely summary for once.
Mild-mannered scholar Flynn Carsen, probably Noah Wyle, who's great, by the way, chosen to recover and protect priceless historical artifacts from around the world, must travel to the mysterious bayous of New Orleans to find the ancient Judas Chalice, a silver cup rumored to have the powers to bring Prince Vlad Dracula of Romania back to life. Sure, why not?
First off,
Biblical chalices, Dracula, same diff.
Danielle, I can't wait to get down to connect those two things together. First off, you might notice that their globetrotting adventure is to go to New Orleans, so...
Like the budget got lower and lower.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this one is... From the CG effect, the budget for this one was cut quite dramatically.
Is this the third one, second one, fourth one,
Third
eighth
one.
one? Okay.
Third one.
Did we do the second one?
Yeah, the Return to King Solomon's Mines.
Oh, that's right. What was the first one?
The Spear of Destiny or something.
Did we didn't do that one. Did we do that one?
The first one? Yeah.
Have we done?
He went to Shangri-La.
Okay.
He went to the Mayan temple. He had the woman who was erased from existence.
Yeah. It's all coming back to me now.
Okay, great. I'm going to get right into it because, oof, boy, for a 90-minute movie, my notes are way too long.
Well, it's a Librarian movie, Sam. What do you want?
So we open with credits in the papyrus font, as is tradition.
Yes, love it.
And the ominous declaration, as the second words on the screen, a film by Jonathan Frakes. Yes,
Yay!
he's back. I love him.
Jonathan.
You
for
just
this
love
franchise.
everybody involved in these
I
movies.
mean, yes, these are like a staple of my childhood.
You've
I do
watched
not
none of
remember
them, though.
I've seen all of them and do not remember a single thing about
Yeah,
them.
I bet you do. The background of the credits, by the way, is just like this fog swirling void and does not bode well for the production values of this movie. Okay, so, oh boy, we open the movie, there's like a flashback scene, there's no context, there's Flynn getting the original letter inviting him to the library, then some faux Indiana Jones music starts up as we get like a TV opening scene where like it's like Full House where they're showing a bunch of scenes from the previous movies over the credits, like here's Flynn, and it's like a bunch of little short scenes of Flynn, and I'm like, what is happening?
Is this like a previously on, but without all the context of a previously on?
I mean, it's like a previously on in the sense that it's scenes from the previous movies, but it's just scenes of Flynn when like his name comes up and scenes of Charlene when her name comes up, except half the cast of this movie wasn't in any of the other movies. So we only get like 3 of those, and then we're just out of context scenes from other movies. It's crazy. I don't think any of them are also scenes from this movie, so it's like, what? So anyway, if you recall, his previous love interest from the first movie was wiped from existence in all of history.
Yes.
And we'll find out that is a recurring theme for him.
Oh, that's so sad. He can't find true love.
Whoa. Oh boy, we're talking about that some more. We finally get to the movie. External shot of a castle. The words Glen Estate Auction, London, UK come on screen. Who's Glen, Danielle? Don't worry about it.
So Glen's estate, is that what you said?
Glen Estate Auction.
Oh, okay.
Who's Glenn? Why did they die? And why is their estate being auctioned? Don't ask questions,
It's Patrick
Danielle.
Glenn, obviously. Duh.
Who?
Patrick Glenn.
Okay, that doesn't help at all.
The multi-billionaire who has a castle, probably some stuff that he can get auctioned off, and somehow that ends them up in New Orleans. The end.
Are you just making people up, Danielle?
Yeah.
You couldn't even come up with a real person like John Glenn?
No, it's Patrick Glenn from the movie.
Okay, sure. Anyway, some faux James Bond music plays as we cut to Flynn adjusting his bow tie, dressing in a tux. He walks down the stairs into a fancy party, takes a proffered champagne from a server, takes a sip, and immediately spits it out all over them as he protests the bubbles went up his nose.
Why?
Yeah, well, this is a joke that Ted Lasso would do way better in many years to come. Also, I'm not quite sure how he got bubbles up his nose from a champagne flute. Like, that seems like, how did you get your nose into a
weird?
No, you said the bubbles up his nose. So how did he get the bubbles up his nose while he was drinking from, like, I don't know where his nose was. It wasn't in the champagne flute.
Did he mean literally that his nose went into the flute and he got literal bubbles up his nose? Or did he mean that he swallowed weirdly and it went up his nose, like sometimes happens?
Danielle, I have no explanation. Neither would make much sense to me.
Well, if you swallow weird, sometimes it comes out your nose.
Sure. But that's not what happened. He didn't, like, spit milk out his nose from laughing or something.
I did watch somebody spit water out of their, like, whole body today. It, like, exploded out. It was really funny.
We're going to move right past that because I do not want to know. And whatever the case, I'm once again not impressed with Flynn and why they send him on these missions because he's, like, not even blending in.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, I love Noah Wyle, but he's not good at this job.
No. Anyway, Flynn being Flynn, he proceeds to hit the poor server with that's not technically champagne, that's cava, and is not impressing anyone. And I'm delighted that his likability hasn't improved an iota since the last movie. Never change, Flynn.
That's just his vibe.
His vibe is to
Is
be
he
unlikable
supposed to be
know-it-all.
likable?
Yes, he's supposed to be charming. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why, like, I'm sure Noah Wyle is a great actor, but he is so charmless in this movie.
Maybe he's just playing it that way.
Oh, I'm not saying he isn't, but like it doesn't make it any less charm or more charmful.
Have you seen Noah Wyle in literally anything else besides Librarian movies?
Oh, I can guarantee probably not.
That's so sad, Sam. You're like missing out on so much.
Nah, I'm good. I like my opinion of Noah Wyle as the kind of loser playing not playing a very charming man who is terrible at attracting women, which I think is pretty much great. I think it's a great way to be, and that's my world, and I love it.
Okay, carry on.
We learn that Flynn is there to bid on a Ming vase against someone named Mason and Mason's hench. Charlene.
Mason Glenn?
Nope. If there was Mason Glenn, they didn't need to bid on the vase at the auction. They would just win it through nepotism.
Maybe he's a cousin or something that has been disinherited. I don't know where the story's going, Sam.
Danielle, you certainly do not. So Charlene is on the phone. Remember Charlene?
I remember the name.
Charlene doesn't even exist. It is the woman who plays like the secretary at the library, or like, I don't know, the actual, like the accountant or one who's always like going off on Flynn for like spending too much money in their budget.
Yes.
She's on the phone discussing this and his need to get the vase to save the world and not go over budget. Why is a vase essential to saving the world? Don't worry about it.
It is irrelevant.
Actually, yes, it really is.
Yeah, it is. I know.
In the middle of the bidding, Flynn gets a call from a drunk woman telling him she's officially upset. This is Katie.
His girlfriend?
Yeah. He has apparently stood her up for a lunch date. And again, it seems like his love interest from the previous movie it has been erased from existence entirely.
So she just doesn't exist anymore. His second true love.
Yeah. So I'm beginning to think that like Flynn is some kind of fourth dimensional Venus flytrap that attracts women then feeds on their life force by erasing them from time.
Yes, that must be it.
I think that'd be a great movie.
No possible other solution.
No, fourth dimensional Venus flytrap. I think it makes perfect sense.
That's Librarian 4, Sam.
If only it existed.
It does in another dimension.
While he's desperately lying to the woman about being at the Librarian convention, Mason's hench flashes his gun, which is a wild thing to do at an estate auction.
Better give me that face.
She's like, well, you're at an estate auction in a crowd of, what are you doing? So anyway, apparently Flynn's been dating this woman for 6 months, brought her to England, and has been standing her up consistently, which when she says, maybe some women are okay with the wild and unpredictable lifestyle of dating a librarian, but I'm not. And I'm like, at that point, she should have gotten out years ago. Even though she's only been dating for 6 months, years ago she should have gotten out of this.
She's like, wow, I didn't realize librarians were so busy.
Or were so considerate and never kept their dates. So while this is all happening, Flynn is like talking on the phone while the auction is happening. So it's like, as he's conversing with her, he's like, I'll be there in like 15 minutes. And the actor's like, oh, 15,000 from the, American. So it's like a whole comedy of errors of him bidding against Mason unintentionally almost, but also he needs to bid up Mason, so it doesn't really matter. So it's fine. So Flynn convinces Katie to give him 15 minutes and wait for him, and somehow she agrees.
Is she like next door? Because how is he going to finish this and get to her?
He brought her to England with her. She's in like the hotel bar, and he's in the hotel bidding on this.
Okay, they're in the same hotel. That's what I needed to know.
Well, yeah, but again, he brought his girlfriend.
Oh, crazy. Yeah.
On a work mission. Like, this is like James Bond taking a Miss Moneypenny with him to like raid Dr. No's house or whatever. I've watched a lot of Bond, if that wasn't clear.
Me too.
I'm lying. I don't know if that sense made sense, but I'm going with it. So after he hangs the phone, Flynn just, stands up and yells, £1 million, which wins, obviously, because like no one's bidding against it. It was at like 100,000 before that or 200,000 before that.
Why did he jump it so high? It seems weird.
I'm sorry, I got to 800,000 before he yelled that. My mistake. I forgot because I actually blocked out the entire scene.
Deeply important. No, they got Lilian.
Because here we go. This is the important part. While it's happening, Charlene is on her computer in the office in, I want to say, New York, with a picture of this vase and a number at the bottom that's like a live count of the current bids. Every time someone bids, it like updates.
Okay.
And at the end, it starts flashing sold as cash register noises play. And like, this can't be an official auction, like estate auction after this is through. This has got to be something I assume Flynn wrote up a program for reasons I cannot fathom.
And she's got somebody on the inside. It's not like she needs to know this.
Yeah. It's like not like she's gonna like be uninformed. She knows what's happening. She's on the phone with him. So Mason is not happy about losing the bid, and Charlene is not happy about spending £1 million supposedly on the bid. Flynn later collects the vase, and as he picks up, he just smashes it on the floor in the middle of the auction room, which is like crazy.
That's very dramatic. Why do they want everybody to know what their business is?
Why do that? And it'll be even crazier when I tell you inside the vase was apparently the Philosopher's Stone. So instead of just reaching in and taking the stone out, he's like, I'm going to smash this apparently priceless vase, and that's the way I'm going to get this thing out of here. So I don't know, turning it upside down and shaking.
I mean, is it like, maybe it's stuck to the bottom or something, but is it like one of those monkey hand situations where you can like put your hand in, but you can't get it back out if you grab something?
I mean, again, turning upside down and shaking is probably the way to go.
What if it's like attached to the bottom of it or something, Sam? What if it's attached inside? I mean, otherwise, wouldn't they notice that at the auction house where they're like picking it up, they're moving it around and like, that's weird, it's rattling. I'm gonna ignore that. I
can explain nothing about what's about to happen here. And also, this whole scene, irrelevant to the entire movie, as usual.
Doesn't mean I can't ask questions, Sam.
I'm just telling you, I wish I had more answers for you, Danielle, but the movie spends so little time on it, it doesn't care. So Mason suddenly appears with his hench and is all, Mr. Carsen, we meet again, and monologues about how dangerous the stone is, and it turned his bodyguard's hand to gold, Midas style.
Is that what the Philosopher's Stone does?
It lets you transmute things into gold, but I guess apparently this one isn't
just by touching.
Yeah, just like the Midas curse in a stone. It's, whatever, sure, go with it. The bodyguard then starts choking Flynn with the gold hand, which seems impossible. I don't know if you have to flex in a hand that's solid
like
gold.
Movable gold.
No, he's like presses up against Flynn's throat. Flynn's like, I guess I'm being choked. And like starts being choked.
Shenanigans.
It's nonsense.
Like, we were with you with the gold hand, but not when it can move.
Yeah, it doesn't move though. He just like presses, like someone presses a plastic hand against your throat like a mega hand. You're like, I'm being choked. But Flynn then turns a pillow to gold and beats Mason the bodyguard with it, which probably kills them because seriously.
That feels like it'd be really heavy.
Yeah, he turns like a circular, like a cylindrical throw pillow.
How does he pick it up at like the weight?
Danielle, No, I have no
Questions.
clues. Yes. It'd be like
So many
heavy.
questions.
So he makes an escape and a slapstick chase ensues with Mason slashing at Flynn with a sword that he has apparently, while Flynn like slides down the banister and like they both make pithy remarks at each other like, oh, I see this, and they talk about the, a suit of armor or this painting, it was a fake or whatever. They're just, clearly just making banter. Flynn uses his advanced knowledge of sword fighting techniques to win handily, but is still late for his date, so Katie left. And honestly, good for her.
Good for her. Is the stone wrapped in the vase or just like loosey-goosey?
It's in a bag. It's in a little baggie, like a little tiny baggie, like a drawstring baggie.
Just imagine if you put your hand in there to get it out, and then your hand turned to gold, and then you were
That's
stuck
not what
inside
happened
the
to
vase.
the bodyguard. So after his girlfriend flew the coop, leaving him only a scrawled breakup letter on a cocktail napkin.
Why did she even do that? She should have just left. Peace out.
Yeah, right? She gave him enough context if what was going on.
He needs to date another librarian
Oh,
who knows
Danielle.
his business.
If only. We cut to a CGI castle wreathed in fog as the words Carpathian Mountain Range come up on the screen.
Is this Vlad's castle?
We see figures scaling the mountains, not his castle. Then we cut to the inside as they slide in on ropes wearing balaclavas, which they immediately take off. Because,
For reasons.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
inside.
I guess it's warmer inside the ancient stone castle with no heating than it is on the mountaintop, or if they're trying to be sneaky, they're not. Anyway, that's always the dumbest thing that happens in movies when people immediately take the masks off.
Yeah, they go inside where all the security systems are and take their masks off.
The man takes his mask off first, says, "For Russia!" immediately, in Russian, presumably. The castle has looked abandoned for centuries, and inside they find a tomb, and the man cries, "We found him!"
Vlad's cousin. Glenn? Did they find Glenn?
What? No.
Did they find...
Glenn doesn't matter, Danielle. Put Glenn out of your mind. John
no.
Glenn, Glenn Beck, any Glenn you can think of.
Nope, that's not going to happen. Come on, you know me better than this.
Back in New York, Charlene is on the phone getting chewed up by the auction house for not paying the $1 million check and breaking the vase. And a disheveled Flynn walks in with the Philosopher's Stone casually in his pocket.
Is it still in the bag?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
And he's like, I gave them a $2 million throw pillow. Why is no one talking about that? And she's like, well, it's not the point. And they walk into the vault, or I guess the archives, which is still guarded by a single man and a book you just have to pull. So really doing a good job with their security.
Maybe it reads their fingerprints as they
It
do
does
that.
not.
How do you know?
Because the bad guys got it in the first
yeah,
movie.
Of course. I forgot.
Yeah, please.
They could have updated since then. You don't know.
Oh, they have not.
Well, they have no budget, Sam.
Oh boy. Charlene and Flynn go to look for Judson. Remember Judson?
Yeah. What's his faceplate him?
Yeah, what's his face? Give me one name from him.
He's like his mentor or whatever, the guy who like gets him to become a librarian.
Yeah. It's Bob Newhart, Danielle.
Bob Newhart. I could see him in my head. I just couldn't. I was like the cute little shortish guy.
Sure. Good job. So Judson is apparently in the large collection annex, which somehow Flynn didn't know existed. And as far as I can tell, contains two things from the opening shot. The time machine from the movie of the H.G. Wells novel, probably a prop.
Mm-hmm.
And an alien flying saucer.
Love that.
Oh, also, apparently Noah's Ark. In another shot, they show Noah's Ark. So why is that there? How is that a dangerous artifact? I don't know.
You don't know the magic of Noah's Ark.
Believe me, I don't know the magic of anything but in this movie. So Judson appears as a child since he's walking out of the Fountain of Youth, which they just got imported from South America.
Didn't Judson die or something?
Nope.
He didn't die in one of the previous
Nope.
movies? Really?
He was a Marine who kicked a lot of butt.
I thought for sure he had died in like the second
Or a
movie.
Navy SEAL or something. He was like some, elite military person who kicked a lot of butt in the first movie.
Interesting.
Danielle, he never died. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Somebody died in one of the Librarian movies?
I mean, all of Flynn's girlfriends.
Oh, that's probably what happened to Katie or whatever her name was.
Sure. No, Katie's the current one. The one who flew the coop.
No, she died.
Okay.
She got
Venus
transported through
flytrap.
time.
Yeah.
You have no proof. She was in the middle of writing that letter and poof, gone.
Venus Flynn trapped, absolutely. So Bob Newhart, they got the Fountain of Youth shipped to them. So apparently they have other people out there hunting for artifacts besides just Flynn.
Do they ship it like USPS?
Danielle,
or are they like...
I have no answers.
It's like a FedEx shipment that arrives at the door that would sign
Who
for
else
it.
is, like, do they have, like, librariettes, like little mini librarian people, like, going on, like, doing, like, librarian interns, finding the Fountain of Youth? Like, why are they sending Flynn to get the Philosopher's Stone in the least clandestine operation possible, rather than someone who can clearly get, like, the Fountain of Youth? Send that person. Flynn is competent. Don't
Aren't
do
there
that.
multiples? There's not just one librarian, right?
There's just one librarian, Danielle.
Really? I thought there was like a whole slew of librarians.
No, there's been a whole, like, history of librarians. Like, there's been a chain of librarians, but I think only one exists at a time.
That's terrible.
Except for when the evil librarian faked his own death, but that's...
Right,
we don't have time to get into that. So Judson transforms back into an adult by magic and then immediately launches into Flynn's next job. But Flynn protests. He needs to tend to his personal life. And while he's complaining about that, the flying Excalibur shows up and starts like harassing Flynn, like smacking him around because it's Monday and it's his training day. And I had no idea when I watched the first movie that Excalibur would become such an important character.
Now you know.
I regret everything.
Do you?
A little bit. Flynn finally snaps and goes off about how his job is sucking the life out of him. So, like, welcome to capitalism, buddy.
If only there were more librarians.
Right? Like, they have other people treasure hunting for them. Judson got the Fountain of Youth from them. So why? Why anything?
Why can't he take a week off here and there? What kind of job doesn't have, like, some kind of PTO benefit?
So Flynn, like, complains he hasn't had a relationship that's lasted more than 6 months in this job, and he mentions, like, there was Emily, there was Nicole, and I can't remember if those were the names of the previous girlfriends or not, but I'm going to assume not, because they don't exist anymore.
He's just had a run of no-name girlfriends.
Something like that. Judson reminds Flynn that being the librarian isn't a job, it's his life, and to think of himself as a celibate monk, which causes Flynn to grab Excalibur and point at his own throat, encouraging Excalibur to just end it all now, while Excalibur whines like a dog, because apparently that's what Excalibur sounds like.
You think Excalibur would be like, yeah, let's do it. You're lame.
So Judson caves into the comedic suicide threat and agrees that he should take some time off for a vacation. Flynn perks up and is all, okay, yeah, a vacation. Really? Okay, and like leaves. Charlene asks Judson if he thinks Flynn will be back, to which Judson says he'll be back. The library has planned for him. And I'm like, hey, maybe the librarian could plan to, I don't know, hire a second librarian to help out?
Nope.
That's a pretty good plan to me.
You think as a librarian, he could make these plans? He could request
Yeah, but
help.
apparently Flynn the Librarian has no authority. It's all Judson and Charlene, and he's just like a glorified gopher, and not their only glorified gopher. Again, Fountain of Youth, so...
What if Judson and Charlene are actually evil?
Danielle, I wish that was true. That'd be so good.
And he's working from some kind of like secret evil organization and he doesn't
So maybe
realize
the
it.
evil librarian, the sneak crew from the first movie were actually on the good side. We're trying to overthrow the evil librarians.
Best plot twist ever. Like, ever. They should totally bring that back.
They should do like a Rashomon version of the first librarian movie, all from the other perspectives, and we see how like evil the librarians are.
So good.
So we come to a lecture called the University of Bucharest, where a professor is introducing the insignia of Vlad Dracula and giving the history of his reign, all in English for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
A student cracks a joke about Vlad being a vampire, and the professor dismisses that. And I don't know if this matters right now, but the professor also has mobility issues and wears a leg brace.
Professor?
Yep.
Okay.
In walks one of the men from the castle break-in, apparently just having resigned as security minister for the Russian government and also being ex-KGB. So, good start. He says he has plans to fix the weak and pathetic current version of Russia, and that they have found the body of Vlad. He wants the professor to help them find the second thing they need, the Judas Chalice.
Dun dun dun! Take a shot. It's the title.
Yep. We come back from commercial to find Flynn in his messy apartment being woken up by a drunk Charlene, who struck out at her combination wine tasting and speed dating event.
How do you strike out at that?
I have a question. That sounds like a sure thing.
And Charlene's great.
I would date the hell out of Charlene. She's charming. Unlike Flynn, and she's fiscally responsible, which goes for a lot. Charlene tells him he has time off. He should travel. And she pulls out a bunch of brochures for vacation she never could take. And he's like, you shouldn't make the same mistakes I made. Flynn resists. He doesn't want to have his hopes raised and dashed again.
So Charlene doesn't get breaks either?
Yeah, apparently nobody at the library gets any vacation.
Organization.
I know. Maybe it really is evil, Danielle. Maybe it's like Judson is like the main evil person pulling all the strings.
And you can't you can't convince me that some of these things aren't just sitting there and could wait 2 weeks while somebody takes a vacation before they go find the Fountain of Youth. Like, is everything dire? No.
Right, and like, do some of these even need to be found? Like, as we discussed last time, in both movies, Flynn's participation in the quest is what ultimately led the bad guys to the thing they were trying to protect from the bad guys. I recall
that. Yeah, and like Noah's Ark. Who cared? It could just sit there for a minute. What's it gonna do?
Or like, it could just rot away. It's wood. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm sure it's an interesting historical artifact, but needing to be locked away in the archives of the library, I think we're good.
Nonsense.
So Flynn resists, saying he doesn't want to have his hopes raised and dashed again. And apparently he's taking this break with Katie way harder than the erasure of existence of his previous girlfriends.
You have no proof that it hasn't happened again. Maybe he's realizing that he's like causing all these people to disappear.
Am I an energy vampire by accident? Maybe that's the vampire in the movie.
There you go. He's related. Cousins.
What? Cousins?
Yeah. Flatten him.
Okay. Oh, sure, Danielle. I'm really reaching there.
I don't know where the plot's going.
You really... Danielle... Oh, I wish you could. Charlene admonishes him, and she's like, I've also lost relationships. She just got a divorce from her husband a little while ago. She's like, but you need to keep moving forward. And I'm like, wow, this job sucks.
So did Charlene's husband know what she did for a living?
Questions about questions, Danielle.
No, I'm really invested in Charlene. I would rather see her story.
I mean, yeah, honestly.
No offense, Noah Wyle.
I can watch Noah Wyle be charmless and bumbling while he succeeds in recovering artifacts. I could say about Charlene, the prudent, fiscally responsible woman who has been keeping the organization running and sacrificed everything for it. I'm for her.
And she'll never end up with Noah Wyle.
No, unfortunately not. Although she deserves way better than him anyway.
She does.
Then she leaves. And we get some weird screen effects because we're cutting to a dream, apparently.
Does it have Julie Andrews from Victoria?
That's exactly right, Danielle. I'm not putting that in the beginning, so it makes no sense to anyone.
As always, feel free to message me. I'll tell you about my dream.
If anyone does, I pity them.
Just because you don't like to hear about my dreams doesn't mean we have listeners that don't want to hear about my dreams.
Danielle, hearing about other people's dreams is like the single least interesting thing anyone can do.
That's not true. I hear about people's dreams all the time. I think it's interesting.
Okay, well,
in moderation.
I say... Yeah, there you go.
I just told you I haven't told you my dreams in months. It was just because you were in them, Sam.
All right, so back to the dream that's relevant here, Danielle. The movie dream, where Flynn wakes in a 4-poster bed on a mountaintop dressed in an Ebenezer Scrooge-style dressing gown, while the ghostly apparition of a beautiful woman gestures at him from the foot of the bed, urging him to find her. She's like, find
Is it Katie?
Me,
She's like, from beyond the grave, I waited for you.
It is some new woman, apparently. A new victim for his Venus Flynn trap.
Poor woman. She doesn't know what she's signing up for.
Oh, then she just starts singing like one high pitch of like, oh, like you're trying to do a ghost in a haunted mansion ride at like a county fair or something. And then she vanishes in a scream to be replaced by the statue of a man riding a horse. So,
sure.
Yeah, that's a dream. Flynn wakes and sees the statue on a brochure of New Orleans and decides to go there. Cut to Flynn in New Orleans.
Getting impulse like things. Did he do that in the previous movies where he just had like vibes?
No.
This is like a new thing for him.
He solved the problem by always jumping to the correct conclusion based on, very spurious information, but never like just vibed his way to going somewhere. He's always had a mission or a purpose. This
time he's getting calls from beyond the grave.
Well, I mean, kinda. Not really. Yes and no. It'll make sense later.
Sure.
Maybe. So as he arrives, an overly friendly hustler of a cabbie named Andre spots Flynn as a tourist immediately because he's dressed in like a blue suit and like a hat that like is almost like a straw. Like, he looks like a cartoon character basically. It's like
we've established
he looks like Harold Hill.
We've established that he cannot blend in. Like he spit out some champagne earlier.
Right. He looks like Harold Hill from The Music Man basically.
Love that. Do they break into songs? That's really the only reason.
I wish. The cabbie immediately talks his ear off while loading the cab and gives Flynn his card because apparently he's not just a cabbie. He's like, if you need anything, I got a cousin for that. Like, you need a carrot. I don't even remember all the things he mentioned. Like a place to stay, get a good drink, a recommendation for a show. It's like, I guess he's a full service cabbie.
I mean, that's nice. We all could use one of those in our lives.
I mean, Andre does way more than Flynn does to solve the problems of this movie. To Andre's disappointment, Flynn asks to go to a museum. So jazz music plays as we get a bunch of stock footage of New Orleans and Mardi Gras until we finally cut to a sad Flynn walking about, seeing all the happy couples. And this movie, I think this is like a Jonathan Frakes special of having like a bunch of like 5 to 10 second montages all the time to like condense story into very efficient little bites. So I'm feeling the Frakes of it all.
The Frakes of it all.
Yeah. What were you going to ask?
Oh, is it during Mardi Gras?
No. I mean, I guess it's
just establishing what the vibe of New Orleans is.
I mean, other than there are a few scenes of them in a crowded party in Bourbon Street. Maybe it's not Mardi Gras. Maybe Bourbon Street's always like that. I don't know, but like, it definitely feels like the stock footage was like, oh, let's just type in New Orleans into the stock footage generator and see what comes up.
Stockfootagegenerator.com.
Yeah, that's it, Danielle. That's our new business venture.
Love it.
It generates only stock footage of New Orleans and only of Mardi Gras.
Could be of anything, Sam. That's the point.
Oh, you want a picture of Europe? Here's Mardi Gras.
I mean, if you did the buildings, they're a little European.
Sure.
You could do it.
Yeah, they work. It's a great idea. The stock footage generator that only gives you Mardi Gras.
Makes people creative. You sell it at a discount, so people are more invested in using your stock footage.
yeah, every time.
For all their European needs.
The way I license it is every time they use it for a different project, even if it's the same footage, you have to license it again. So anyway, Flynn decides to go to a bar, which is in a church for reasons, on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. Inside is that beautiful woman. She's a lounge singer.
So he just stumbled upon her. This is all very coincidental. Is it a reason that it's all coincidental?
No.
Okay.
I mean, there's no. there's going to be an explanation, but it's nonsense.
Got it.
Okay. So Flynn is immediately smitten, and they stare at each other as she sings, like, straight at him as he takes a seat.
Katie who? She disappeared into the ether, but I'm sure she's fine.
Maybe it took time for her to fade from existence.
Or Emily or Nicole.
Or the other women from the other movies, which were maybe named those things I don't remember. Don't at me. So outside the church bar, the evil guy Sergei and the professor show up. Apparently, the chalice was hidden in the old Capuchin monastery, which is in America, which is what this bar is. An old Capuchin monastery, even though, like, Vlad's Romanian. Questions upon questions, Danielle.
Capuchin monastery.
Capuchin monastery, not the monkeys, but the monks.
I was going to ask, of course, obviously.
I looked it up. There is an order of the Capuchin monks, so maybe the monkeys were named after the monks, would be my guess.
Or an area?
Sure. Either way.
Or a thing.
I like to think about monkeys in little monk outfits. It makes me happy.
They would be pretty cute. Or, hear me out, monks in little monkey outfits.
I mean, with the monkeys in the monk outfits on their shoulders, yes. This is our second business venture of the episode, Danielle.
Capuchin monks.
In every sense. Capuchin monk and Capuchin monkeys. Stop putting .com everywhere. I don't want to go to our website. Sounds awful.
Capuchin monkey monks.
There you go, Gary. You've done it.
I crack myself up.
I'm glad someone does.
I'm the funniest person I know.
Great. Isn't that lucky for me?
You're the second funniest person I know, if it makes you feel better.
I mean, no. At least your ego's healthy.
That is not something that I struggle with, Sam.
I mean, the only part that is healthy is your ego.
Gotta hold it together somehow.
That's right. So Sergei sends his henches into the nightclub, and we get back from commercial to see Flynn approaching the singer at the bar, who's sitting alone for some reason.
Oh, so sad. Hot woman, alone.
Yeah, at a bar in New Orleans, I'm sure, after just doing a set.
A likely story. No, it's all fated, Sam, obviously. He's being drawn there by some kind of magic.
No, well... So he introduces himself and tells her he's been dreaming about her, like literally.
She's evil, right?
Like, Danielle, please. And she's like, what? And he starts explaining about how he just got out of this relationship and he's having crazy dreams. When the singer spots the henches walking in and looks worried, and hurriedly gets up and asks Flynn to go somewhere more private. Flynn does not catch on. I was like, all right, I'm getting laid.
This is telling that she would go with some stranger who's like, I'm dreaming about you, as opposed to these two henchmen.
Danielle, it gets crazier than that, I promise.
Excellent. Love that.
She leads him back to this massive chapel with candles lit everywhere, like wax covering the floor and stained glass windows and locking a door of iron bars behind them as they enter.
And he doesn't find this suspicious.
So Flynn is like, all right, this is nice and private. But he starts going off on how the chapel is an echo chamber. He's like, yelling, like, hey, oh, echo, like completely like ignoring the beautiful woman who just dragged him in here. As she tries to talk, she's like, keeps trying to talk to Flynn, but he won't shut up for like 4 seconds to let her get a word in. And I hate him. He's like that annoying guy in meetings who like always talks over all the women, and you're like, oh, you're like the misogynist who doesn't think they're a misogynist.
Oh, poor Noah Wyle.
Yeah, right? Again, I don't blame Noah Wyle for the character, but it doesn't do him any favors.
Maybe it's because he lives and works alone. He has, like, no sense of how humans work.
Pretty much. Or, like, imagine if the only thing I knew about David Duchovny was watching that movie Evolution. And that'd be like, this is my feeling about Noah Wyle. So the woman starts hiking up her dress and pulls a key from her stockings and is all, it's okay, librarian, you can drop the act. You're very convincing as a helpless loser, by the way.
Ouch.
And Flynn's like, I'm on vacation. How did you know? And she replied she called him in his dreams. So that's something she can do, apparently.
Is she, like, supernatural anyway, or is just this some weird thing that she
Danielle,
can do even though she's human?
I don't know.
Did we find out?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You watched the whole movie.
So Flynn starts talking about how he knew she called him in his dream. I knew I wasn't crazy. I wasn't crazy. And she's like trying to like tell him about it. She unlocks a little drawer, like takes an artifact out, is putting it in his hand, telling him what it is. And he's not listening to her while she's talking to him because he keeps talking about his freaking dreams until she finally says that this marker will tell him where to go next. And then she mentions the chalice and he's all like, wait. The Holy Grail? Oh, we already have that. And he's like, goes up on the Holy Grail. And he would say a word like to correct him. And I hate him so much. The henches show up. They open the locked door gate thing, which apparently she did not lock very well or at all, which is crazy.
Yeah, she had all the power.
And they pull up guns. They demand the marker, which Flynn drops. And then Flynn starts stalling while maneuvering him around them until he says, now! And the woman just starts wailing a high C note that shatters the stained glass windows into the henches' faces, letting them escape, which, like, sure.
Wait, so...
Yes.
So
yep.
she...
Take a minute, process.
So that was... Did it help the henchmen, or did it help the...
What helped what?
Okay, so... How did he know that that was her plan?
Oh, he didn't. It was his plan, and she just picked up on it immediately, apparently.
She, like, magically, psychically, probably in his dreams, figured out that that was the plan.
When he said now, she's going to yell as high, she's going to shatter the glass.
He means I should sing the highest note possible, shatter this glass.
Hit a high C, which they specifically talk about later. It's a high C. Shatter this glass into the henches' faces so they can make their escape.
And she got that all from a look.
Not even a look. Like, he's like talking about, hey guys, this is an echo chamber, and he's like maneuvering them both like to the, I guess, the optimal position to echo her voice and amplify it to make the glass shatter.
Amazing.
And somehow she intuits that.
Yeah. One of the things that drives me crazy in movies is when people intuit things, because I often look at people and I have no idea what they're thinking, and I don't think that in real life you would like be like, oh, I've got your plan, Betty. We're totally like, I've got this. Like, no, you do two separate things. You would not got it.
Danielle, I often look at you, I have no idea what you're thinking either.
I just don't think it works like that. So they escape, not the henchmen? Or the henchmen
henchmen are like distracted by the glass flying in their face from shattered windows, which, to be fair, they had no way to anticipate.
I mean, we didn't even know they were going to do that. That's probably not even what he was trying to get her to do. It was probably something entirely different.
He's like, now you're going to jump them, and she just sings.
People don't intuit like that.
They do not.
All right, I got it. I've caught up.
So they make a break for it. They go up these stairs that lead up to like a door that opens and just in the side of the church wall. Like it's just several stories up, a stairway to a door to nowhere.
Perfect.
Flynn is all like psyching himself up to jump. He's like, don't be nervous, but we're going to need to. And before he even finishes, the singer makes this like standing leap to the next roof, and it looks so fake. She just starts standing there, just like flies to the next roof like a Matrix jump. It's amazing.
And then he dies to his death, right? He does not make it.
Yeah, he falls. No, he leaps, but like comes up short and like grabs the ledge, and she hauls his butt over there. And the henches get to the door just after them and are apparently stymied and can't make the same jump the librarian can make.
They've got magic lakes, Sam. That comes with the librarian package.
So back in the chapel, Sergei is not pleased at the failures of his henches, but the professor suggests they don't need the marker since it left an imprint in the melted wax on the floor of the chapel from when Flynn dropped it.
Sure.
So it's like in the Indiana Jones movie when the Nazi got the imprint of the staff of Ra burned into his hand. So, yeah, this movie, totally original.
What do you want for a no-budget film, Sam?
I want everything, Danielle. So Flynn and the singer start casually walking down the street as she explains she's just a guardian, doesn't know what the marker means, has been for most of her life. It's lonely, but it's her destiny, and one can't fight their destiny. She's like, hey, you know what? We escaped the bad guy, saved the lady, your heart is beating, you're alive, revel in it. Like he's all being like sad about, gosh, my vacation is ruined. She's like, we just had like a great adventure, man. Live it up.
Yeah.
Let's get a few drinks. And so they do a date montage with them. And again, Frakes loves his montages, and I'm here for it.
I love montages.
After the montage, they stroll arm in arm, and Flynn asks if she's seen someone. She's not, though she was with someone long ago, and he takes that as a cue to kiss her.
Did he also disappear into another dimension?
It's even more tragic, Danielle. We'll get to it.
Is he living his best life with Katie? Or
maybe all of his ex-girlfriends are fine. They're like, yeah. Then they go back to his hotel room for some hanky-panky. I should note that she is incredibly strong, like literally heaves Flynn into the bed. And we come back from commercial to a plantation home, which is apparently the new headquarters for the bad guys.
I mean, that rings true.
That tracks. Yeah, exactly. They didn't find Flynn and the singer, who still has no name as far as I can tell.
It's and something so one generic like Ashley or Vanessa or... all the other ones are.
It's actually something else incredibly generic, which we'll get to.
Sarah.
So one man is sent to keep watch outside while the rest go to bed. Also, just to go back to the name thing for a point, wasn't his first girlfriend like named something No One? Like her last name was No One or something because it was a pun?
Maybe. That kind of, that sort of rings a bell.
Because Judge is like, trust no one, Flynn. He's like, oh, that's my name. My name is No One. So, it was a whole Odysseus thing.
It didn't matter though because she disappeared.
Yeah, into the ether. Never existed.
These poor women.
So one man is sent to guard the outside of this plantation house. He hears a noise. He goes to investigate.
Which is why you're supposed to have more than one person.
Yeah. Nope. And there's immediately attacked and disappears. It is gone.
Also
by something unseen. Yeah.
I'm just assuming all these people are behind like this trapped wall. It's like Interstellar or something where they're like, they can see, but they can't be seen. Living their worst life.
What happens to the hedges is way better, Danielle.
Perfect.
So the next morning, Flynn wakes and calls out for Simone. She has a name.
Simone.
However, she's vanished, leaving behind only a rose and a marker on her pillow.
Sure, yeah.
Flynn picks up the markers like, what chalice could this be referring to? And if you had just listened to Simone for 5 seconds from last night, you would know.
That's not how he works.
I hate it. He's like the worst example of mansplaining and man not listening.
I was going to be nice and not say any of that. So.
Nope. I'll do it for you, Danielle. I know you have a soft spot for Noah Wyle, but this is not his best character.
It's not just because it was Noah. I was just, trying to be nice. Not blame them for everything. It's better if it comes from you, to our fans, I'm sure. I'm not saying that there aren't women who are like, you don't want to be around, but let's be fair, mansplaining is a thing for a reason. Anyway, Flynn wanders into a barber shop for a reason. I guess he's like, I gotta get a shave now at a barber shop on my vacation. He's like, this woman's disappeared, but this is the time. It has live blues musicians just strumming the guitar in the barbershop, so that's pretty cool. Is it like a busy barbershop, or is he just strumming alone? There's like a couple people in there, and here's the fun part. All the patrons start randomly like turning to Judson. So like he'll be talking to the barber as Judson, then that person will turn back to the barber, and Judson will appear in another person in the barbershop. Creepy. Yeah, Judson's apparently just winking people in and out of existence and taking their place as he chooses. He's a trickster god. And Noah hasn't noticed this yet? No, he notices it. Like immediately he's like, oh, Judson, you're here. So Flynn asks Judson about the marker. Judson is also, I don't know, it's your vacation. Can other people in the barbershop hear this conversation? No, absolutely not. It's just like he's having this conversation and do they just think he's sitting there in silence? I have no idea. Is he having alternate conversations, like two different dimensions? Nobody pays one whit of attention to this conversation, even though they're actively being replaced by Judson and then coming back to their corporeal forms. Perfect.
So Flynn says, like, I've already translated the markings on it. It says, even into her night, the queen of the Loa guards the cup of the dagger man.
Mm-hmm.
Flynn has cracked the second half, dagger in Latin being the origin of the name Iscariot for Judas Iscariot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about the Judas Chalice, which again, if you had listened to Simone, he would know.
He spent an hour of his life figuring this out.
So the Judas Chalice was made from the 30 pieces of silver given to Judas, and apparently it has the power to resurrect a vampire, which is very specific.
It's my favorite thing.
It gets better. So
I just like the idea that they were like, what should we do with this? I've got the perfect idea, everybody.
This explanation is probably my favorite part of the entire movie, so let's get into it. So Flynn thinks it's ridiculous. Like, vampires, please. And just like,
that's why it's ridiculous. It's not that they used the 30 pieces of silver to make one that would bring back a vampire.
And Judas like, sorry, Judas, Judson, same thing, I guess, is all like, dude, you recover missing artifacts all the time. How is this the one you're drawing the line at?
This is the line. Vampires? Nonsense.
But Judson then goes on to explain that Judas, although he hanged himself for the betrayal, was cursed by God to wander the earth forever, which made him the first vampire.
Or zombie, I mean.
Nope, vampire, Danielle.
Oh, sorry.
It gets better. Judas was the first vampire, and that's like an amazing origin story for vampires. Portrayed Jesus, become a vampire, great. And this explains why vampires have an aversion to silver, because of the silver pieces.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're an aversion to the cross, because of the betrayal, and to holy water. And the wooden stake, which specifically it has to be wood from an aspen tree, which is the same tree Judas hanged himself from.
Sure. I'm 100% willing to go with it. That's a great origin story for vampires.
Now, where does the garlic come in, Danielle? Maybe he didn't like garlic. I don't know.
I mean, is garlic used in this film? Maybe it's not relevant.
No, it is not used, but I still want to believe. Or like they have to invite them in. Like maybe Judas was just very polite, would never enter someone's home without the invitation.
Just like not all pieces of vampire lore are relevant to every vampire story.
Yes, Danielle, they are. That's what makes it fun. I want them all to be tied to Judas.
That's why they didn't list them, because they couldn't figure out how to work them in, obviously.
That just shows a lack of creativity on their part, Danielle.
Jeez, Jonathan, what are you doing?
I don't know if he wrote... He didn't write this. Maybe he wrote this. I don't know. Either way.
I'm going to blame him. Him and Noah.
I think the idea of Judas being very polite is a great explanation. So... because of that, the Judas Chalice can resurrect a dead vampire for reasons, or bestow ultimate strength and speed on a living vampire.
So does the vampire have to, like, drink from the silver chalice to be...
Yeah.
So they can touch silver in that instant. Does it hurt them until they drink from it?
No.
Questions.
Yes.
How does the silver hurt them and
because,
help them?
I think it's, I'm going to go on a limb here and say, because it's the 30 pieces of silver that Judas was paid, so that's like his silver, so it's okay, but any other silver, that's the problem.
Okay, sure. So how did there become more vampires? Did Judas go out and like bite people?
They're like, Judas must have walked the earth biting people. I'm like, haha, I'm Judas, you're a vampire now.
That feels like a terrible thing to bestow on humanity. It's like, let's kill Judas, but make him a vampire.
Right, like...
Screamings.
I guess God's like, nah, this is a good curse for humanity for some reason. But also, you think the apostles would have mentioned that.
Listen, the Bible would be a lot more interesting if one of the apostles' stories had this in it.
The Book of Judas was just, like, basically introduced with a vampire.
It's a lost one, yeah, like...
It's one of the Dead Sea Scrolls that we haven't found yet. Yeah. It's the Judas vampire story. I would, you know what? That would get me into church. I'm not going to lie. I would stay for that part of the story. I wouldn't come any other time, but that'd be the part I'd stay for.
You're like, wait, is this Judas Sunday? I'm here.
It'd be during Halloween? Come on. Tell me that's not going to put butts in seats.
It's a winner. Dear Catholic Church, have we got a story for you? Your numbers are down. We can help.
Trying to get everyone to forget about that whole disguising pedophilia thing? Boy, go vampires.
It would work.
I'm not sure it would.
I'd bring in a certain demographic.
Yeah, probably. Imagine if you had like the crossover between the hardcore Catholics and the Twilight fans.
Yeah. Which
is probably a circle already, to be fair.
Yes. I mean, the Catholic Church Pope the Vatican plays heavily in one of the Twilight books, so...
Yeah, okay, well, you know what? That shows what I know.
Problem solved.
I guess they just did the punch already, Danielle. Anyway, amazing idea. Judas as the first vampire, just biting people, throughout history, living forever, living his best life. Like, he came out pretty well on that.
Like, I feel like he won.
Yeah, honestly, it feels like Jesus died and went to heaven or whatever, got taken from humanity, but Judas still alive and kicking, baby.
I feel like Jesus is up in heaven being like, what the actual?
I got the short end of the stick on this deal.
Dad, what? Why?
This is why people come to Book Retorts, Danielle, for the theology.
I feel like if you went through enough of our episodes, there's some good theology there. We have like a whole Bible, our own version of the Bible.
The Hyperion episodes dealt heavily with it, so here we are.
We know just enough to get in trouble.
That's a real problem. Anyway, so love that story, want more of it, and so delay that in the movie for no reason.
Yeah, solid plotline for Librarian 3.
Why'd they have to make it? They could have made it like literally, and it could have been the Vlad Chalice. It was just a vampire chalice that he like blessed. And
Somebody
had
had
the
this
Judas
idea.
Chalice.
They were all in.
And I'll be honest, I didn't look up if a Judas Chalice is like a real thing, like a real myth, like the Holy Grail, but I'm going to believe it is from now on because it makes me happy.
Yeah, me too.
So Judson then mentions that the body of Vlad Dracula was stolen, and Flynn starts putting the pieces together. Stolen vampire body, chalice that can resurrect a vampire. Henches. He really is stretching the ability of his brain here.
Yeah, he's the least smart of the librarians.
Right? So French monks apparently brought the chalice as far as possible away from Vlad, which meant New Orleans, I guess. And the chalice is here in New Orleans. So, that globe-trotting adventure the librarian is known for, it's going to be New Orleans trotting this time.
Love that. And with the capuchins, correct? The monkeys stole it.
The
They're
capuchin
hiding
monks. Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
We're never going to see any of the capuchins, though. They're gone. Long gone.
Nope.
Okay, sure.
No.
Nope.
There will be capuchin monkey monks later.
This sounds like a reboot of the Monkeys TV show. Hey, we're the Monkey Monks.
Always monkeying around.
It writes itself. Underrated.
We're underrated.
Both.
All right, what happens next?
We come to a cemetery where Flynn is being dropped off by Andre, wanting to see Marie Laveau's tomb.
Is he just like on call? Like he's just calling Andre up to come get him?
Andre is like the MVP of this movie. He is the only one that does anything. So apparently the Loa are voodoo spirits, and Marie Laveau is like a voodoo high priestess or queen, or I don't know the actual terms, but like very important, and is therefore what Flynn is calling the voodoo queen from the riddle, the queen of the Loa.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, basically the riddle translates to the voodoo queen took the cup into her death, basically.
So does what's-her-face work for the queen?
Who?
Sabrina, Georgiana.
Simone? The queen's dead, Danielle. That's the whole point.
I know, but does she come from a long line?
No.
Okay.
Nope. This is just here for a riddle for Flynn to solve, and is otherwise unimportant. So Flynn thinks the monk hid the next clue to the Judas Chalice in her tomb. And he tells Andre all of this, by the way. He's talking this out with Andre, who is like, why are you telling me this? I'm just here to get you to your good time. So they find the tomb, and on the front is this giant face where Flynn sees a slot in the mouth and asks Andre for a silver dollar. He's like, this coin size is, a quarter inch across, and the coins they had back in this time period were this one, so the equivalent today would be a silver dollar. And Andre happens to have a silver dollar in his pocket.
As we all do.
Yeah. So, Flynn puts the silver coin into the slot mouth, which, pops straight out like a Pez dispenser and, smacks him in the face, which is great. And inside, Flynn finds another coin.
Ooh.
So he starts inspecting this new coin as he wanders off from Andre, who pushes, the tomb back in place, and it, spits the coin out that Flynn had put inside. So I guess Andre is, nonplussed by all this.
He's cool.
Yeah. So as he wanders off, Flynn is immediately black bagged by the Russian henches and dragged off.
Bummer for Flynn.
Yeah, not even remotely worried.
They're going to disappear him into the ether. So he can join all his girlfriends.
Actually, Flynn would probably like that, to be fair.
Do you think that his girlfriends have teamed together from beyond the grave to hire these henches so that Flynn
They
gets...
can like resurrect the vampire and take the revenge on Flynn.
Yeah, 100% that.
Sure, that I believe 100%, yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
So we cut from mid-afternoon to night at the HQ of the henches, and they have Flynn tied to a chair. And he starts conversing at them in Russian, a real power move. They're unimpressed and talk back to him in English because movie. And Sergei finds Flynn's librarian ID. It's like, his job is a librarian at the Metropolitan Museum in New York. And he's like, thinks it's just a regular librarian. He's like, what am I supposed to be scared of you because you're going to give me an overdue book fine? And he's not impressed. He thinks he's actually working for like a 3-letter agency of some sort. But Flynn knows Sergei. He's like, I know you. You're Sergei, blah, 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 blah. You retired from the security minister. You're ex-KGB. Apparently, he just knows who this guy is.
Isn't he playing all his cards? Like, you think you would not say that you spoke Russian in case they talked and you overheard it. Yeah. And Flynn, you would not tell him that you know who he is.
Nope. Flynn is really bad at not immediately giving everyone everything he knows and being like even Andre, he spills the entire story to Andre. Maybe Andre could like spill the beans to somebody. That's not good.
It feels like he should have gotten some spy training before he became the librarian. Like he should have had some kind of FBI boot camp situation.
Something.
They must have higher ups in the government.
You would think. Anyway, so Sergei starts monologuing. He's like, I'm going to raise an army of the undead led by Dracula to bring Russia to its former glory. So that's the plan. Get with it.
We're going to do an army of undead?
Yep. Led by Dracula.
Hasn't that been done without vampires?
In this movie?
In any movie.
I mean, yeah, all of this has been done in other movies, Danielle.
Not the first time somebody's tried an army of undead.
So Flynn makes some pithy comments and Sergei orders his men to kill him, which really raises the question of why he was still alive to begin with, because they don't like getting information out of him. They don't need him for anything. But Flynn laughs and is all, that coin has writing that's over 500 years old. You meatheads won't be able to decipher it, but I have PhDs in every cryptographic language, blah, 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 blah. So it's going on how smart he is and how much they need him.
50
30-some
degrees or something insane, right? They like kicked him out of school.
Yeah.
Which is nonsense.
And like, what he's doing right now is pitching the bad guys and, hey, I'm going to help you find this thing, just like he helped the other people find the other things in the previous movies, because he doesn't learn. But just at that point, Sergei like drags in the professor's like, guess who this is? And Flynn recognizes him as like this genius professor. And he's like, oh, I guess if you have him, you can kill me. That's fine. And so it's like, way to immediately give up, Flynn. Sergei, which proves that he is also an idiot, says to make the death interesting, which is like, why? Just kill him. Just leave his body in the woods. Who cares?
This bad guy's got a bad guy.
Right? And then he's like, but wait a minute, didn't we have more men? And one of the henches mentioned that some of the other henches have gone missing, and he blames it on drinking, which is like wild. First off, your henches have gone missing like several nights in a row. And your first thought isn't to like tell your boss that, hey, like, whoever have gone missing, do you think we should maybe worry about that? Like, yeah, they're probably out drunk somewhere. We don't need as many henches as we thought we did.
You don't know their history. Maybe that's really common amongst them.
But also, like, Sergei's just like, yes, okay, that makes sense to me. I accept that I'm down henches because they are drinking. I will invest no effort into finding or rectifying this.
This is why they don't win in the end, Sam.
Among many other reasons. Anyway, the hench shows a vial of black liquid to Flynn that he purchased at a voodoo shop. It's a toxin known as datura that causes hallucinations and dizziness, which was used in voodoo ceremonies, apparently, according to Flynn, the master of all knowledge. They pour it down his throat, and they're like, okay, when it kicks in, we'll drag him to the river and make it look like an accident, which is a bad plan. Shoot him.
This is a crazy, crazy plan. Just kill him.
Just kill him.
You don't know how to dispose of a body so it's not found? Come on now.
Yeah, really. It's a bayou. There's swamps, gators.
Like, this is not hard.
This is why we'd be great henches, Danielle.
No, we're too smart for henches, Sam.
If my boss told me, make it interesting, I'd be like, boss, I'll make it very interesting. Shoot him. Done. How interesting was that? Anyway, as they turn to go, Flynn has managed to get himself out of the chair because he apparently read a book by Houdini and smashes it on their backs and escapes. Flynn finds a professor and is all, we have to get out of here. I only have a few minutes before I start, going off on a bad trip. But it's distracted when the professor mentions that I've deciphered the language. So Flynn sits down and helps him crack the cipher.
Do they have time for this?
No, they don't. And also, stop giving the bad guys more information, Flynn. If you just smashed the coin or whatever, they wouldn't be able to find the chalice. Job is done.
That's true. But then there'd be no plot.
And like all the other movies. At this point, Flynn starts hallucinating a little bit, but still manages to notice the coin is actually not a coin. When he wipes it off, it's actually a glass lens. And so he holds it up to a candle, which projects a full-color map of Morgus Bay on the wall, the next location. But also, like, what? A magic projector coin from 500 years ago that makes a perfect high-fidelity color projection onto a wall?
Magic.
Yeah, magic nonsense. They celebrate as Flynn starts descending in hallucinations. The professor tells Flynn to run. His legs are too slow, but Flynn needs to escape. So Flynn has a really bad trip while moving through a crowd on Bourbon Street, eventually stumbling into an empty warehouse. Where all the crowds go, don't worry about it.
So was the professor also kidnapped?
That is the story they're going with, that he is being forced to help them.
Okay.
Anyway, Flynn stumbles in his empty warehouse. The henches immediately find him, with guns this time.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
Suddenly, Simone appears as a beautiful apparition suspended in a light. She vanishes and reappears like Nightcrawler in the X-Men, teleporting between Flynn and the henches. She then chastises him. She's like, I only left you alone for one day. Look at this.
She's like, sing a high C.
She tells the henches to leave, who are not impressed by her teleportation, which is also wild.
They've seen it all. They're trying to get a vampire resurrected. They're all in, Sam.
She then uses her teleportation skills to, like, teleport around and, like, kick their butts. Every time she, like, punches or teleports, there's, like, a swirl of dust or sand, and also, like, swooshing sounds, because
skin
obviously...
Cells?
Sure, skin cells, Danielle.
I mean, all that whooshing around.
Yes, she's shedding skin at an alarming rate.
She's like a snake. You don't know. She could be anything.
But one hench points a gun at Flynn. Simone teleports in front of him and gets shot, taking the bullet for Flynn, which, again, not a great trade.
Doesn't matter, though.
No, because Flynn manages to shoot a gas pipe and light a fire, giving him cover to carry Simone out of there. He sets Simone down and is crying over her body, begging her not to die. When she pops up alive, Flynn faints.
Yeah, I assumed she was still alive.
We cut to Flynn waking on a daybed in Simone's house. Simone comes in, bringing him tea. Simone very casually admits to being a vampire, which, yes, please, more of that.
I didn't see that coming for some reason.
Yeah.
I feel like I said lots of things that she probably was, and none of them were a vampire.
None were a vampire, which delighted me, Danielle. And also, like, oh boy, Flynn's like, oh, that's why you had no pulse, because you're a vampire. It wasn't that you were actually dead from the bullet. And the fact that Flynn missed the fact that she had no heartbeat or pulse during sex.
I was going to say they had sex, right?
Yeah.
That was implied.
It's like, he must not be a very attentive lover.
I'm a little worried. Can't believe she's staying with this dude.
Like, apparently he just, like, barely touched her. It was like, good enough for me. I'm going to sleep.
Was she, like, warm? Is her, like...
Yeah, great questions, Danielle. She apparently has no blood or like no heartbeat or circulation, so I can't imagine she's very warm. Flynn is freaked out, taken completely by surprise because he's the biggest idiot to ever be a librarian. But Simone insists she doesn't kill for food. She has a freezer full of blood bags, which she shows Flynn.
And she's been helping him all this time. She's probably fine.
Yeah. So Flynn, like, starts to try to act like casual. Like, okay, cool, you're a vampire. Yeah, okay. And learns that Simone is 403 years old. Now it's time for Simone's backstory. She was born in Paris in 1603. She met a teacher at a university. They get married. It's the love of her life. And she becomes a royal opera singer by 25 years old for reasons. Then one night she was turned to a vampire. She never saw her husband again.
Who turned her into a vampire? Just some random dude.
Great question. So, after 200 years in Paris, trying to hunt down and kill that vampire that turned her, but never finding it, she decided that when she heard about the Judas Chalice and the terrible things it could do, she followed it to New Orleans to guard its secret.
Not just get rid of it?
Nope.
Melt it?
Nope.
Destroy it? Eat it?
Nope.
Use it herself?
Nope.
Choices.
Yep.
Wait, I have a question.
Sure.
Judas Chalice. I think about this. You said it resurrects them into humans?
No. Resurrects a dead vampire to a live vampire.
Oh, so if the vampire was killed, it would raise them up. How did the other the vampire they stole die? Do we know that yet? Vlad?
No, we don't know how he died yet.
Okay. Sorry, catching up. I'm here.
Sure.
A complicated story, Sam.
So one night, Simone, like a week ago or whatever, saw a man studying in the monastery bar she was working at and knew trouble was coming and called to Flynn for help in a dream, which is apparently what led Flynn to her through
Why
Magic
Flynn?
Vampire Siren Song. Because apparently all vampires know about the library and librarians and their eternal battle against evil.
What? Why?
Yeah, great question. She shows him a painting of Yehuda, the greatest librarian, a warrior, I guess, known as the Scholar, who is said to have built the library and guards all its secrets. Guess which name Yehuda is the Hebrew version of?
Jesus.
No. Judson.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Does it? Does it make sense?
Kind of. He's a little
No.
Jesus-like.
Yeah, sure. But also insane. Like, hey, here's the magic librarian Yehuda, and like, oh, and Flynn's like, oh yeah, cool. And they're still sending Flynn out to do all these things when Judson exists.
What's the Hebrew name for Jesus? Starts with a Y.
Jesus? I don't know.
That is not it.
You know, honestly, Danielle, I didn't give up in Hebrew school.
It's like Yahweh or something. What is
Yahweh
it?
is God.
Whatever.
I mean, it's a
3
word
and
for
1,
God.
they're the same.
There's Yahweh, there's Adonai, it's all the same, right? Maybe it's just Jesus. He was Jewish after all.
I don't know. You're the Jewish person.
Whoa! Danielle, wow.
What?
Such
You're supposed to know
vitriol.
these things.
I'm supposed to know about Jesus because I'm the Jewish person?
Like the Hebrew, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Didn't you do your bar mitzvah?
Yeah, again, the Torah, very light on Jesus.
If you think you know the names, it had to have come up.
Again, the $5 a month at the door, not about Jesus, Danielle. I don't know how to explain this to you any other way.
Not even in passing that the Hebrew name came up.
No, why? Why would it ever have come up in anything that we would do?
Because Jesus exists, it's just not as big a deal.
Yeah, but Jesus never existed in any of the holy texts. That's the whole point.
Yeah, okay.
That's like saying, why doesn't
I
Vishnu
don't know
come
how
up in with the Hebrew name for Vishnu?
Hebrew studies were.
Not very, to be honest. Enough.
I know I'm asking the wrong Jew. I need to pull my other friends.
Yeah, look, you gotta know people who are more Jewish than I am.
I 100% do.
Who are practicing and not half Catholic either.
Yeah, I absolutely I know many.
Anyway, the point is, Danielle, I don't know the Hebrew name for Jesus or for any other religious deity. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh, what good are you?
What good are you, Danielle? Maybe you should look it up.
I'm not Jewish.
Okay, that doesn't mean you can't look up what the Hebrew word for something is.
I'd Google, but you're trying to get through this, Sam.
Well, I've been trying, but you got the whole digression about the Hebrew name for Jesus.
Just thought you might know. You know things.
Also, I don't think there was an ancient Hebrew word for Judson. I'm just putting that out there.
I also agree.
I'm just saying, Yehuda to Judson is a stretch. So Flynn says he knows where the chalice is in Morgan's Bay, but it's half a day's drive away. And Simone's all like, the sun rises in an hour, so I can't go with you. I'll be destroyed by the sun. Which, again, I'm not sure how that works. Yeah.
I was just going to ask about that.
I was going to ask, how does that relate to Judas? Maybe...
Did he kill himself in the sun?
I don't know. Maybe he's just burned really. Maybe he was ginger. I'm going with it.
Maybe his skin baked while he was hanging in the hot sunlight.
It's getting real grim, Danielle.
Hanged himself, whatever. We've established that I don't know the difference.
No, it's very simple. Hanged is for hanging. Hung is for everything else.
Really?
Yeah. It's not that hard. Yeah. If you kill someone, it's hanged. Everything else is hung.
I have to Google that. I'm not sure I trust you.
Google it. I'll permit you to do that right now. I'm so confident.
Huh. Who knew?
Yeah, I did. Obviously.
See, I told you, you know things, and now you're shocked that I'm upset that you don't know the word for Hebrew things.
I just found your reason was, you went to Hebrew school and studied the Torah at some point in your life, so you must know about Jesus. Yeah, but Jesus, again, did not come up. It's not relevant.
I just thought it'd be some kind of peripheral knowledge you might have learned.
How often is Muhammad mentioned in the Bible, Danielle? Maybe they would know about that. That all comes from the same religion, right? So they must all know each other.
Pretty sure he's in the Bible towards the end.
Yeah, okay. Well, you would know, Danielle.
Start with, like, the Book of Judas.
Okay, sure. We're going to have to cut all of this. Because this is going to get us crucified.
Hanged even.
Hey, you did it. Well done.
I didn't know it was that easy.
I don't know why you thought it was so hard.
I've never had anybody explain it to me. Your cheeks
You
hurt.
just never bothered to look it up. You're just like, I don't think this is a mystery.
Yeah, like, you read it, you don't think about it. I've never made the connection.
Okay, well, now you know. Oh, amazing. We've learned something new
It's
today.
like laid and lie. Lay down, lie down, lie
Sure,
down.
yeah.
Also hard.
Summer doesn't matter.
Explain that one, Sam.
No, we don't have time for Sam's
I can't
grammar
believe
corner.
you didn't explain that to me the last time when we were using the word hanged and hung 12 million
It was
times.
much funnier to watch you flail. I thought about it, I'm like, nah, this is funnier.
You're a terrible human being.
Look, I did it for the content, Danielle.
For the big bucks.
That's right. So back to the plot. Flynn, Simone says she can't go with Flynn because sunrise, and Flynn's like, I know a guy. And they call us Andre, of course.
Who has like a super like filmed up windows on his limo.
So
Taxi,
they meet
whatever.
up with Andre, middle of the night. It's literally like an hour before dawn. They meet him at a dock on a boat where like one of Andre's cousins is lending them his boat because reasons. Is Flynn paying for any of this? Unclear.
No. Maybe the library is. The library has endless money.
So Andre says they can get to Morgus Bay by nightfall. Then Flynn takes Simone into the cabin, declares they're not to be disturbed, and closes the curtain suggestively. Yes. And Andre's like, yes, my man, laissez-les bon temps brûlés, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's very New Orleans. A brief boat implied sex montage later, they arrive.
I assume they just hung out down there.
Oof.
She was like, you didn't even notice that I didn't have a heartbeat before.
I bet Flynn's like, now that I know you're a vampire, I'm curious. Those fangs retract, right?
No, he's
They
into it.
They do retract. Yeah, no, probably. He's like, anyway, to actually get to Morgus Bay, they have to leave the boat and take like a punt, and because the water's so shallow, they have to punt there, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It immediately starts to rain for reasons. They find a massive shipwreck. The Pride, the ship of Lafitte. Who is Lafitte? Good thing you asked, as Flynn starts to explain that he was a pirate, but Simone's like, yeah, I know him. I used to party with him all the time. And Flynn's like, oh, I don't get a mansplaining for another time. I'm so sad.
He actually listened to her this time. That's good.
He kept trying, but she's like, I know who he was, Flynn. I was there. He's like, okay, fine. So they board the shipwreck and are almost killed by a booby trap, a blade that swings out to almost chop their heads off. And Simone's like, whew, that was close, because apparently decapitation is as deadly to vampires as sunlight. So here's what we got so far, Danielle. Sunlight, an aspen stake, or decapitation. So three ways to kill a vampire.
Those are all real.
I'm not sure like where the decapitation comes in for Judas, because he's trying to hang himself, but
yeah, but he wasn't decapitated.
Yeah, I know. So I don't think it would hurt him. But he wasn't like shot with a cannon either. So why doesn't that kill him?
It was
Yeah.
Judas became a vampire after he hanged himself, correct?
Yeah.
So that's why.
Okay, sure. I still don't think that explains why decapitation is a weakness. I mean, despite it being a weakness for like everything, it's like,
it just is.
I mean, like decapitation
like
kills
one of
pretty
those
much
immutable
anything.
laws or something.
But like vampires supposed to be immortal unless you like do the special magic thing. But apparently decapitation, that's fine.
I mean, it's is the vampire supposed to walk around with their head? Do they just put it back on their body? Like, what's the
That'd be my guess.
there?
I mean, sure, why not? Use the Judas Chalice. Who knows? So in the captain's cabin, they find a chest secured with a combination lock with the clue: the faith was breached, the mark was sealed. So another riddle, which they immediately solved. And I'm like, why is there a clue on your safe? If I have a safe in my house, I'm going to put a clue like, hey, robber, here's a riddle. If you solve it, you get everything inside the safe.
Because then only the worthy are able to retrieve it.
No, screw that. Anyway, the answer is the French word for kiss, since Judas sealed Jesus' fate with a kiss. So, yay.
Got it. Totally was going to guess that.
Yep. Inside, they find the Judas Chalice, which causes Simone to go all spooky-eyed, apparently drawn to it.
That was easy.
Yeah, right? Again.
Like, shockingly easy.
You put the clue on the safe. Like, what are you doing, you amateurs?
And it wasn't even hard to get to the safe. It was just like a boat trip.
Yeah, it was like, and here's the thing. Oh, here's the thing. So apparently the monks hid the chalice with the pirate in his shipwreck and then left a bunch of clues pointing to it there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think like the Capuchin monks are like, yes, the safest place for the silver chalice of immense power, the murderous pirate. Pirates known for their discretion and not to spend money.
Maybe he was previously a monk. Maybe he owed a monk a favor, and you know how pirates take their...
When you give a monk a favor...
It's like the pirate monk vow is very serious, Sam.
Okay, sure. I still think, like, again, like all the other hiding places in all these other movies, very mediocre. So Flynn quickly puts the chalice out of eyesight from Simone, and she recovers immediately. And then Sergei just, like, strolls into the cabin, apparently. Where did he come from? Yeah, I don't know.
They airlift him in. He was, like, dropped off by, like, he parachuted.
Unclear.
He rode sharks.
He rode alligators. Come on, to buy you.
I thought they were in the ocean with pirates.
No, they're in the Morgan Bay.
Oh, sure.
Again, what does that mean? I don't know. So the professor is dragged in, saying he had to see the chalice. It's his life's work. And he apologizes for leading them there, I guess.
That's what he gets for doing it with the professor. He could have just, like, stolen it or not helped them.
Yeah. Again, Flynn, helping people defeat him every step of the way. Simone immediately bares her teeth at the professor, but Sergei is prepared with a cross and backs her into a corner. Apparently he's like, oh yeah, vampire, this tracks. I mean, he's going to resurrect Vlad Dracula, so I guess he's cool with vampires existing.
Is he planning on using the cross on Vlad?
Good question. So Sergei decides that they're going to resurrect Vlad tomorrow. He's like, I want to get it back to Russian soil, but now it's fine. We'll raise an army of the undead here. And that the now hungry Simone should be locked in the cabin with Flynn to rot for eternity, which is stupid. Just kill them. Like, best case scenario, Simone kills Flynn, drinks his blood, becomes more powerful, maybe makes Flynn into a powerful vampire too, and they both come after you. Like, that's best case.
They didn't learn it the first time. It's like when all of the henches started disappearing. They're not very smart.
They're down like 5 henches, and they've tried to kill Flynn once in a creative way. It didn't work. Just shoot him, leave his body in like the impossible to find secret hiding location that nobody else found. He'll be fine. Anyway, they deserve whatever comes. So now Flynn is locked up with Simone, who hasn't fed in over 24 hours and doesn't have the strength to rip the door open like she would if she was at full vampire power.
Let her drink from you. Let her drink from you.
If only this movie had those guts. Instead, Flynn starts to MacGyver a solution with Bayou music plays.
No, let her drink from you. Let her drink from you.
No, he takes like an old cannon and some like random bits and bobs. It's like, oh, saltpeter. And he loads the cannon in such a way that when it fires, it'll hurtle itself backwards, smashing its way through the door from the recoil. Which, like, is that how cannons work? Like, I've seen cannons were used on ships, and yeah, they had recoil, but they didn't, like, go blasting across the ship and smash through the hull. That seems like a design flaw if the cannons did that.
Well, they were usually, like, weren't they usually either super heavy or, like, tied in or something?
Definitely, like, a regular, like, it looks like a regular cannon. I don't know. Like, at the point, they are super heavy because they're, you know, big iron things that contain explosions. I always thought they were, like,
attached so that they didn't, like, roll back.
Danielle, maybe. I'm still dubious that this is going to smash through a wall, but you know what? It works, so who am I? I'm the fool. They escape, so that chalks up for Sergei being an idiot, and find Andre recovering from being knocked out and not killed for some reason.
Uh-oh.
As Flynn tends to Andre, Simone steals the boat, telling Flynn he can't go with her. Flynn is heartbroken again as he and Andre start hiking back.
Is Andre a vampire?
No.
Okay.
He's just a dude, unfortunately.
Sad.
He would have burst into flames a million times by now because he's been in the sun a whole bunch. So Flynn clearly didn't get that she was just like trying to protect him by leaving him behind, and is like so sad that she broke up with him, and is like, I thought I trusted her. He's like, Flynn, get a clue.
He's so dumb.
He is the moron.
How is he in charge of civilization?
He isn't. Judson isn't. Apparently picked this genius.
Which makes me question Judson.
Yeah, it does really.
/ Yehuda. Yedua.
I mean, I don't know what's more insulting, Danielle.
Yehuda? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Yehuda.
Since I don't necessarily think it's real Hebrew.
I mean, it's probably a real Hebrew name. I just doubt it translates to Judson. But maybe it's like a literal, like a modern transliteration. I don't know. I could be an idiot.
Jewish people who are not Sam.
Please.
Feel free to message us.
How about anyone who actually speaks Hebrew, Danielle?
Yeah, that would be great. All
Jewish or not
people.
Yeah, lots of people speak Hebrew. You don't have to be Jewish. It's just a language.
Send us a message. Let us know.
Please. Anyway, they're back to the city after hitchhiking on the way home. Flynn applies himself to finding the Russians' headquarters, doing some analysis with a map in the street. Meanwhile, Simone is back at her house and loads up on blood bags. That night, Flynn has managed to find the house. The door is wide open. Simone, already inside with her back to Flynn. Flynn sees up behind her like, surprise! She is not amused.
Go figure. But she should also not have her door open.
No, it's the door to the Bayou house, like the evil guy headquarters.
They're back? I'm confused. What just happened?
Okay, again. Flynn found that night, Flynn has managed to find the house, the plantation home where the bad guys are headquartered. The door is wide open. Simone is already there. Apparently she waited this long to go there. Flynn confronts her, saying that he can't let her steal the chalice to become all-powerful. Simone is all like, you don't understand. She explains how she was trying to protect him, which, duh. But their bickering brings the Russians in. And Sergei has a line where he's like, we're not very good at this. It's just that you guys are terrible at being sneaky. Which is like, yeah, true. So, captured again, they bring them in to see the tomb of Vlad instead of just killing them, because reasons.
Because they still haven't learned.
Nope.
Third time is not a charm.
Nope, Sergei does not learn. He's not the learning sort. Sergei says he plans to feed them to Vlad when he wakes up because he'll be mighty hungry. So Sergei just can't seem to think of a non-overly complicated, failure-prone way to kill them.
Don't they have guns?
Yes,
just
many.
Shoot them.
Yes.
Decapitate her.
It's so easy. Anyway, he takes some blood from Flynn's hand, pours it into the chalice, and at the stroke of midnight, as prescribed by the myth, pours it from the chalice over Vlad, declaring, "Rise from the dead and do my bidding," which I know, that's going to work so well.
So he doesn't actually have to drink from the chalice. They just pour it from the chalice.
Mm-hmm. But nothing happens, Danielle. Vlad is still corpseified.
Excellent. Love that.
Cut to the professor, laughing and drinking the blood from the chalice. Sergei is incensed, declaring it was all a hoax. He goes to strike the professor, who catches his fist and grows, like literally stands up, grows in power, busting off his braces.
So he was a vampire?
So Simone had recognized him as the vampire that made her, and she had tried to protect Flynn from him instead of just, I don't know, telling him that, hey, that dude, he's actually a vampire, guy, beware.
I forgot all about that she was searching for that guy.
Yeah, so that's him. He's there in the bayou with her.
Yes. He's a vampire, but he's not a dead vampire.
Yep. No.
It just makes him more powerful. If a live vampire
drinks from the cups, they become all powerful.
Oh, that seems bad.
Yeah.
What kind of crazy curse is this on Judas?
Yeah.
This feels like Judas is like fake revenge. Like this is like, he's like, makes it sound like it's a bad thing, but in reality, it's just Judas's revenge.
He's like, they're going to make me sound so lame in the Passion. They're going to make me have to be the bad guy. So I'm going to write my own version called The Story of Judas, where I'm a badass vampire. If I drink from my own cup, I get superpowers.
It's like he was plotting behind the scenes the entire time to turn it around.
Exactly something like that.
But he's not Judas, right? The professor.
He's not Judas. I wish. I was like, I really hope he's Judas. Unfortunately.
How come he had a leg brace?
So, we will get to that.
Oh, perfect. It wasn't just some... You never know in these stories.
So, as they're talking, an army of undead bursts into the room. It's the other henches the professor had snacked on them during the trip.
Ah, and he turned them all instead of just, eating them?
Yeah.
So he'd have some backup, like vampirettes?
That's thinking ahead.
Way smarter than the bad guys.
Way smarter than Flynn.
That's not hard.
The professor reveals that the corpse is actually just a peasant. He's the real Vlad. He hid among people unnoticed until the 1829 cholera pandemic, where he drank infected blood, crippling him. So apparently vampires are susceptible to cholera.
I mean, so was Judas.
I mean, to be fair, Judas, before becoming a vampire, was susceptible to literally everything anyone else was.
Exactly.
So I'm not sure.
I thought it worked well.
No.
So is he just doing night classes when he's teaching?
Great question. Honestly,
Sam, you're a professor. This is really relevant to your life. This story.
Sure. Okay, bring it.
Professor.
Danielle, apparently I'm everything for this.
like, you're not a librarian, unfortunately, but you're like just shy of it.
If he's an adjunct doing the evening classes, that's probably fair.
Is he though? I mean, he's Vlad. Is he playing off as an adjunct? He's like, I'm totally going to be like...
Apparently he's a semi-famous professor that Flynn has heard of, so I don't know why he'd be just doing adjunct work in the evenings,
that seems sketch. Listen,
maybe it's very dark.
I'm willing to go with this plot, but...
Maybe he just, never leaves the office. Like, he's inside until night. He goes in the morning when it's dark and doesn't leave.
Sure.
But,
there weren't windows in his classroom earlier?
I have to rewatch the movie. I don't want to do that.
Just that scene, Sam. Answer my questions.
I mean, again, I wasn't paying much attention to I didn't see any windows. Maybe there was one. I wasn't paying that close attention because I didn't think we'd get to this point where he was Dracula. Honestly, I don't think it'd be relevant. I had to pay attention to the windows in the 4 seconds we were in the classroom.
You should know what kind of questions I'm going to ask. I ask the same questions every time.
All right. I'll work on that. Anyway, so he hid among people to the cholera pandemic, and then he crippled himself by drinking cholera-laced blood, which didn't kill him, but just made his legs weak.
Willing to go with it. Why not?
Sure. Now, with the chalice, Vlad will summon all his vampire children to drink, becoming strong, and plunge the world into darkness.
Because... why do they always want to get rid of humans when the humans are their food source?
Maybe he wants to, make them into cattle. I don't know. That was the plan in, Blade, wasn't it?
Yes.
Maybe it was Blade 2. I forget.
It's been a minute since I've watched Blade or Blade 2.
Yeah, me too. And it'll be minutes more before I do again.
I would say 50-50 chance I might watch in the next 5 years.
The first one was a fun movie, can't lie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Anyway, Simone resists the call to drink from the chalice, so Vlad declares that they'll all die!
Dun, dun, dun.
Flynn quickly fires off a flare gun, and the brawl starts in earnest, with Simone killing one hench vampire by slicing its head off with a silver platter. So,
nice.
Easy. She tells Flynn to locate the chalice while she holds off the others. Flynn goes out to the fields where Vlad had run off to, apparently, in the fields outside the plantation home.
So he just, left his minions
henches
there and,
yeah.
and pieced out?
Yeah.
Great.
So Flynn starts taunting Vlad about how, I'm the librarian and Vlad should be afraid of him. Vlad is not. Inside, a hench fights a vampire hench, telling Simone to leave him and go help the librarian. So now they've teamed up against the vampires. And boy, does Flynn need help because he's getting his butt handed to him by Vlad. So
did earlier when the professor was looking at the little stone thing or whatever?
What stone thing?
The trinket. The thing that had the words on it that he helped. That Flynn helped.
Which one? The wax imprint of the marker or the glass lens that projected the magic map?
Glass lens.
Sure.
And they were looking at that. That was Vlad not being able to figure out how to resurrect himself?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I mean, not be able to read, crack the riddle or whatever.
You think Vlad would be smarter than that after millions of years?
Millions, Danielle?
Hundreds of years. Yeah. Thousands. I don't know. When was Vlad around?
Oh, gosh.
1600s?
I mean, again,
1500s?
Sure. Yeah, so 500 years or so.
I mean, that's a long time. That's more time than Noah Wile's been on Earth.
Can't argue with that.
Even with his 30 PhDs or whatever.
Anyway, Simone shows up and challenges Vlad, and they have a hilarious, vampire fight with this poof in and out, poof, 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 into each other and, swirl around in dust. It's very good. But inside the house, the hench fights vampire Sergei and sacrifices himself with a grenade, killing them both.
Sergei was a vampire?
Yeah, he got turned into a vampire immediately.
No.
Vlad.
So there's no 3-day rule or anything?
Nope.
You just bite them and they're a vampire?
Apparently.
That seems dangerous.
So to expand the list of things vampires are vulnerable to, it's sunlight, decapitation, aspen stake in the heart, or grenade. So add that to the list of things that can kill a vampire.
Again, Judas could totally get blown up with a grenade, so I'm willing
honestly,
to believe
I'm not
that.
really that afraid of vampires at this point because apparently we'll be fine. I think we can handle them, honestly.
I mean, that's always been the case, is things that blow them into a million pieces, fire, decapitation, stake to the heart. Those are all valid.
Why is anyone afraid of these things?
Because you have to do those things to it, and they're stronger and faster than you.
I mean, honestly, apparently this one hench could do it pretty easily.
Well, this one hench is special. Maybe he should be a librarian.
Oh, he's dead now, so it's too late.
Wow, sad day.
Outside, Simone knocks the chalice out of Vlad's hands as Flynn finds an aspen tree and starts to carve a stake. Or rather, pulls a branch off and tends to use it as a stake.
Of an aspen tree.
Yep. And I checked, Danielle. Aspens do not grow in Louisiana.
I was just contemplating. Like, where's the closest aspen tree to me?
Nope. They do grow in the west and in the north, like in Canada, and maybe I saw a few pockets in Mexico, but not Louisiana. So that's quite the lucky break that someone transplanted an aspen tree into Louisiana for reasons.
Are they still at the plantation?
Yeah.
So maybe somebody did it outside of the plantation.
For what reason?
Because aspens are nice. Don't they
Sure,
live a short
I'll
amount
go
of
with
time,
it.
though, aspens?
Danielle, you have exceeded my horticultural knowledge.
I thought they were one of the, maybe I'm thinking of a different tree, but I thought they were one of the trees. Maybe it was like a birch tree. No, aspen that only lives like 25 years or something.
We're really stretching all of our knowledge bases here, aren't
Listen, I know like 5 trees. I don't know what you want from me. And like 4 of them are maples.
we? Yeah. Oh, hey, you're Canadian, eh?
A little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, as Vlad gets the upper hand on Simone, Flynn calls out in Romanian, getting his attention. Flynn has the chalice, and Vlad gets close and grabs the chalice when Flynn stabs him with the stick in the other hand, killing him with a gout of flames and the keening of spirits. Also, at no point did the silver chalice harm Vlad.
Even when he was like pressing the silver up against him?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, because that's because it was Judas's. We already established.
Yeah, we did. Simone and Flynn lock eyes and walk off. Flynn asks Simone to go with him to the library, but Simone says she needs to go. He killed the vampire that made her, so her soul can now be at peace. She's lived long enough and should die.
What?
Yeah. Flynn is all, wait, no, make me a vampire. We can live together forever. But she's
He's
all,
met her like 3 seconds ago.
yeah.
Is he in her thrall?
No, he is just like
Really needy?
one of those guys like, yes, exactly. That's exactly it. Needy, but then ignores you when he actually gets a date.
Flynn, you're better than this.
No, he's not. He's absolutely not.
He should be.
But Simone's all, you need to stay and fulfill your destiny as I fulfilled mine. Do one last thing for me. I've always wanted to see the sunrise. Will you watch it with me? So they sit together watching the sunrise as Flynn cries.
Into flames. That's really true.
And Simone, and Simone says she loved him for a little while, and they kiss goodbye. She turns to dust and floats off in the light,
God.
leaving behind only a ring, and oddly, none of her other clothes.
Have we considered that maybe he's this terrible because he's really traumatized by every person he's ever loved disappearing into the ether?
I think he's just sad he couldn't turn her into, like, another one of his Venus Flynn traps and suck her. Because she had a lot of time. She's been around for a long time. That'd be a big feast for him.
She was so turned off by him that she gave up on life.
She's like, I would rather die than be with you. I'm sorry.
I would say that she is Venus Flynn trapped by him. He just sucks people into his void.
Like honestly, she didn't have to, like, she says, I can die at any time now, right? She's free, right? And so she could be like, sure, I've lived 400 years. What's a few more I can spend with you and have some fun before I decide to let myself go into the great beyond?
She denies it. She's just like, nope, not doing it. I'm done.
You killed Vlad. I immediately got to get away from you as fast as possible.
It was nice knowing you. She used him.
Absolutely amazing.
I respect that.
Yeah. We cut back to the library. Flynn brings Charlene the marker as a thank you gift before taking the chalice to the collection. Judson compliments him again for coming through. Flynn declares he's staying on and will embrace his destiny.
So sad.
Flynn tells Justin he knows he's over 2,000 years old and is Yehuda, and the library is in a pitched battle between good and evil. Justin's like, I don't know what you mean by Yehuda, but says there is a battle between good and evil is winning. But soon, Flynn and the library will play a larger role in that struggle. The camera zooms out to reveal the pathways in the archives form the shape of the Tree of Knowledge. The end.
But there was never another movie.
Nope.
There's a TV show,
There was a TV show. I don't know if that is related to this ending or not. I don't know if this ending was trying to set up the TV show or was just like
we'll find out.
A failed sequel setup.
Next time on Sam's Book Retorts.
Nope. Not doing that show. You want me to do like 2 years of every episode of like all 4 seasons?
No, you just like watch them and pick some good ones.
Nah, I'm good. Maybe next year. I have enough of doing long-running series.
What a movie, Sam.
So there you go. The Librarian, the Judas Chalice, the extra 3, whatever.
Would watch. I wish Judas was in it, though.
I wish I was like, psych, I'm actually Judas. I'm the only one who can benefit from the chalice. I made the myth up to make all the vampires like protect the chalice for me.
I wish they'd done like a previously on the Bible.
Okay, what?
And done like a live action version of how like Judas came to be.
You wish instead of Judson just telling Flynn this, they were like, let's show Judas hanging from a tree, then being cursed by God to wander the earth. Like,
I mean,
that makes for a light, what light
interesting.
family entertainment for the TNT.
Obviously, they wouldn't show him being
Network.
hanged. They would like.
Why not? Well, we've gone this far. Let's go all the way.
I'm just saying, it would be really, really interesting. Like, part of it should have been Judas's origin story.
I mean, it should have been Judas wandering the earth, turning people into vampires for fun. Like, there's a story I'd watch.
That could have been the beginning.
The Adventures of Judas Vampire. Not Vampire Slayer, just Vampire.
It feels like it'd have a really kick-butt theme song.
Judas is a vampire! Here you go. We finally found a new theme song, Danielle.
Judas, he's a vampire.
What more? That's it. That's all. It's just like 3 seconds, and that's it. Like, what more do you need to know? Betrayal of Jesus wanders the earth, turning people into vampires.
If it was one of those 90s theme songs, it'd have like the whole origin story in the theme song.
Made some coins into a cool cup. Makes them powerful. Vegan drink from it like Popeye with spinach, but blood.
Okay, we can do better than that. We'll work on it, everybody.
We'll try. I think we're getting there, though, Danielle. I think we're making some progress.
Well, that was crazy. Good job. Solid addition to the Book Retorts.
That's going really off the rails. This is why no one should come to us for any kind of religious or spiritual guidance.
Or, hear me out.
Nope. There's no or to that sentence. That is
Pooch
it.
and Monkey Monks.
I mean, that sounds like a new Chippendales act, which is awesome.
The best kind of church.
the stripper church, huh? I know what Danielle's
Take me
into.
to church! It's whatever good religion needs.
Well, if you would like to write in and correct us on our theology, you can contact us at bookretorts.com.
A million things you could write in about. You could also blue sky us at Book Retorts.
And if you want to help fund our new order of Capuchin Monkey Monks or the new TV show, Hey, we're the Capuchin Monkey Monks.
Isn't there something else we were going to use earlier?
I don't think they're better than this, honestly. You can do so at patreon.com/bookretorts.
Perfect.
Well, I hope that satisfied your librarian lust, I guess, for Noah Wyle stories.
Always.
Because
anything you want to bring me with Noah Wyle is fine.
The trilogy is complete, Danielle. We've done it.
There's always more Noah Wyle.
Well, that might be your cue in the next one.
I'm sure there's something I can find with him in it.
Well, on that note, once again, if you're the librarian on a quest, maybe don't help the bad guys. Just a thought.
But then there'd be no plot.
Or maybe, better yet, give your lover some attention and maybe you'll notice if he doesn't have a pulse.
It's fine. It doesn't matter, Sam. They're just going to disappear into the ether.
Okay, well, anyway. Either way, I think it's solid advice.
If you are one of Flynn's ex-lovers who have disappeared into the ether and you would like to come on our podcast.
I would love to do like an interview with
We'd
whatever
love
their
to
faces
interview
were.
you.
Oh my gosh. So what's it like being caught in the Venus Flynn trap?
It's a winner.
We should do a Book Retort special, Caught in the Venus Flynn trap.
Yes.
Expose.
Actually.
That's our pivot into true crime, Danielle. Finally, we'll get some attention.
That feels like a winner.
Well, till then, bye.
Take care, everybody.
All I'm saying is I've heard of a Persian cat.
But have you heard of Parisian cat? They're fancy.
No. I mean, I did watch the Aristocats.
She'd look so cute in a little beret. She'd be like, "Le meow."
She would not let you put that on her for a second.
She'd let me put it on her for a second. It just wouldn't stay on.